I got something new. Hey guys, how's it going? I've actually been looking for one of these for a little while. For those of you wondering what this is a 19, I believe it is a 76 Lawn Boy two-stroke push mower. I do have the top shroud for it. It is actually over here. This is it right here. A couple things I've done to this mower off camera. It did not have a fuel cap, so I put one on it, and I also painted it. I also put some oil in here because this was pretty well stiff. I wanted to be able to pull it over. So I thought I'll do this off camera. And then, well, shortly after I did that, I decided, you know what, maybe I should film this. So, this is the new project. I don't really know much about it. I paid $50 for it. It was, I guess, from an auction. It is missing the carb and the handlebars. I think other than that, that's it. I swore that I saw a carb with it when I got it. Not when I got it, but the first time I looked at it. And then didn't come with one. So, great. So, this is the top piece. It is a Lawn Boy 19 Deluxe. As you can see, get it put back together. There we go. Nice little unit all together. I think it is original as far as I know. I do not know if it's been repainted. I don't know what all's been done to it in its lifetime, like I said. I really haven't had it that long. I've had it for a couple days. I want to say that's pretty much it. I might have had it longer than that, actually. I got this actually the same day I got that Magnum. Let's see, when did I get that? I can't remember. So yeah, let's take a look at it. I really haven't looked at much on it other than this. The engine pulls over, as you can see. It's still hanging up. Play with it. But yeah, it was hanging up earlier and it was hard to pull over this here. Now it pulls over a little bit better. Engine turns. I don't know the condition of the motor. I have not tried running it. I don't know if it has spark. The way that you see it is the way I got it. I haven't washed it. I haven't done anything with it. So yeah, let's swing it around this way. I actually don't think I've looked underneath of it, but I'm not completely sure. One of the things I noticed when I got it, it doesn't have a muffler. The muffler is actually underneath the deck, believe it or not. Why it's down there, I don't know. My initial thought was either to keep the machine quiet because it was probably loud, or they put it under there to keep it cool, which kind of doesn't really strike me right, but I guess they did it for a reason. I'm not sure who manufactured this engine, whether it's a Briggs engine or Lawn Boy made their own motor. If it's a Lawn Boy engine, that's kind of cool. Let's pop that plug out of there and let's take a look at it and let's see what we got. It looks like the bigger socket, actually. Oh, I didn't even see that. What is that? Oh, that's it. There's a gasket up here. What does that go to? Interesting. I wonder if that goes to... interesting. Okay, gasket. Put that over there. Let's try... Yeah, that takes a smaller socket. I need a 5/8. There's one. Hopefully that's what it is. Let's see. Ready? Let's take a look. What the hell? Okay, that's odd. I swear. It's 3/4. Champion. Why does that look so clean? Oh, that's not good. Why does that look so clean? Did somebody try putting a new plug in it? Champion CJ14. That's interesting. I wonder why it's got no... I wonder if someone replaced the plug or cleaned it. I wonder why they did that. Like I said before, I haven't been into it. This is the first time I'm really looking it over. Let's see if it... Nothing. Not to say the kill switch is off. Oh, there we go. I saw it. It's not really cleanest thing. I saw a spark though. I might actually take that apart anyway, even though it has spark, just to clean the everything up. I'm gonna get all this crap out of here and off of the fins, just to get myself a ground. There we go. That might do it. Let's see if that'll help. Now that we have might have a ground. I don't want to hold it. I'm trying not to hold it. There's no carb. I really don't want to put gas in it right now because there's no carb. Usually engines have a tendency to take off when there's no carbs. And plus there's no oil. I should put some oil in there actually. And before I do a lot with it. Let's try pulling it over. Let's see what we get. There, well, I saw something. Why does that seem so... Stay right there. Stay right there. Why does it seem so intermittent? Let's try that way. It's got spark, but it seems kind of intermittent. I wonder. Let's just take this off. Let's see what happens after we do that. Nothing. Nothing says, however, that it's not because it's not touching. Well, I can see it. It sparks. It's got spark. I'm trying to get it somewhere. I'm trying to get it to constantly spark, but as you guys can see, it's not constantly arcing. Now, it could be because of a bad ground, or it could even be the plug, I guess. I'm going to put that over there. I'm going to grab another plug. Let's see. Does it fit? Let's see if this plug will spark. And I also unhooked the kill switch. Oh yeah, look at that. Yeah, this plug. I can see it. This plug sparks. That plug did too. So, I don't think it's the plug. I think it's a bad ground. It did it just about the same as this pump plug. I could put this into another engine that I know has good spark and pull it over too and see how it sparks. But we're just gonna go. We're gonna go on ahead and move forward. I want to take a second and take a Scotch-Brite and clean that contact surface up. I don't think this engine has points. I think it's just a solid state, if I'm correct on that. I haven't really worked on a Lawn Boy again, so I don't really know. It does say solid state on it, so I do think it is a solid state. But once again, I'm not completely sure. For all I know, that could be the wrong badge. I am tempted to take that flywheel off there though. Let's see, and just see what's under here. Just take a second to clean that up. I don't have a handle for it, like I said, or a carb. I will look around and see if I can find one. There we go. Why is that so close? Interesting. I do not like that at all, how close that is now. Although it could have... Interesting. Let's see if it sparks. Wow, what a great way to kill a coil. Let's just pull it over carefully. Yeah, I don't feel like doing that. Well, it's not rubbing anymore. I wonder if I got something caught in it. It still looks like it's about the same distance away. It's not doing it. Interesting. I saw it spark. I know something's there. I don't know if this coil is any good, however. I might take a second and take this off of here actually and clean it. Overall, it doesn't look like a bad machine. I think what I want to do, I don't have a carb at the moment. I'm tempted, I'm so tempted to put gas in it and just see what happens. But I'm going to hold myself back. Let's take a look underneath. Let's see what we've got. I don't think I've looked under here yet. I might have, but I don't think I have. Are you gonna... Oh, that's that cover for the... This is for the bagger. You can hook a bagger unit up to it. I don't know if this machine had a bagger at any point in its life or not. Okay. That don't look bad. It's got compression. I do want to be careful though. You're not really supposed to spin them over with no oil. I really should just take a second actually and put some... You know what, I'm gonna take a second and I'm gonna put some oil in here. Just because I don't really feel like ruining this motor. Grab my oil can. Wherever I put it. Stick that in there and get it all around. And then I'll also turn it around and just... I doubt it'll help any, but I'll put some in the crankcase as well. There we go. Looks like it's got gas. I don't know what that gasket goes to. I almost wonder. Now it's got some oil on the bottom end as well. It might go on the carb. I don't know where. This thing is really light. I've never really had to push more of that light. Let's pull it over. Good compression. I think this right here, I think is the muffler, if I'm correct. I want to take the blade off anyway, and I'm probably going to take the time to maybe I'm going to sharpen the blade for sure. But I want to take the time, just take this muffler off. Sometimes a two-stroke engine, they tend to clog up. I can't go off of the plug because, as you guys saw, the plug somebody messed with. At one point the plug was either cleaned or somebody must have tried putting a new plug in it because it might have been having an issue. And I guess never tried running it after that or just got rid of it. So I'm going to take a second, I'm going to get that blade off. And after I get that blade off, we'll I guess maybe pull the muffler off. I'm going to put another battery in the camera. I'll be back. Got that blade loose. Took some effort, but I got it loose. It was pretty tight. I'm actually wondering if it's ever been off at any point in the thing's life with how tight that was. I mean, that don't look too bad. You know, that crankshaft looks okay. That came off nice. So what does it take to get this off? I know that comes off. Here's the long boy blade, for those of you wondering. You can see, they actually don't look too bad. Not too bad at all. I'm going to try the old tried and true method. There we go. That came loose. Okay. I feel like there should have been a bolt in here or something holding that on there. But I guess not. Now, does this come off is the question. It looks like it should. What holds this on? There's a bolt. There's a bolt. There's a bolt. Does this plate come off of here? Yes, it does. Now, what holds this plate? Wow. Is there a keyway in here? No. No keyway. It's just a what's that called? Just a man, I can't think of what that's called. Tapered shaft, that's what it is. Let's take this off. It almost looks like 9/16. Nope, ½ inch. Let's see. There we go. What I want to do, I want to check the muffler, and I want to see if it's plugged up or not, since I'm into it this far. Because I want to get an idea as to how this thing ran, as well as where does this exit out? Because I still haven't found an exit. But I was watching a couple videos, like I said, on YouTube, and I found that out. The muffler was underneath of the deck, which I thought was kind of interesting. And I didn't think that was how it was on this one, but apparently it is. Those 3 bolts out. What's it going to take to get that off? Nothing. Okay, so where does it... There's no seals or anything in there. Nope. There's the piston. I don't want to drop anything in it, actually. But, there's the port right there that the piston is. That's your exhaust port right there. I don't know if you guys can see it or not. Let me zoom in so you can see what I'm looking at. That right there is the piston. That's the exhaust port. Come on, quit fucking up. Right there is the exhaust port. As you guys can see, the camera just does not want to focus. Come on. Focus. Focus! Does this have a focus button on it anywhere? No. Well, I guess you guys can see. Let's pull it in. Let's turn it over. Let's just see. I just want to make sure it's not all forward. Wow, that is still a little piston. Oh my god. It actually doesn't look too bad. I think I have a flashlight real quick. Let's just see what we got. Okay, that looks fine. I want to look at the other side of the door. Why does it look like there's still cross hatches in this? That is one little piston. Wow. I'm looking at that. It almost looks like there's still cross hatching in that bore. That piston don't look too bad. And it also kind of almost looks like at one point, I bet you this motor didn't have very many hours on it. I mean, that bore looks clean. That looks really good. Let me see if I can get a picture of it. And if I can, I will put it in the video. See how that turned out. Not really. Not really the greatest. One of the things I found, one of the YouTube channels I watch is a lawnmower mechanic. Terrell Fixes All, I believe his name is. He made a video on one of these rebuilding the engine, and he was talking about how back in the day these ports would always get plugged up with grass and other stuff. So there's something to watch out for. Let me see if I can get a good. Almost. That's not really a great picture. It might work. If I can get a better picture, I will. But yeah, that's our muffler. That actually don't look too bad. There's not. I was expecting there to be a little more in here than that. Oh, I see. Right there's the ports. That's where the exhaust exits out. I'm going to take a second to clean this up, get all the dirt off of it, and after I do that, I'll be back. I got most of the loose carbon out of the muffler. I was going to clean it up nice and make it shine, but I thought about it and it's just going to get dirty again. I was going to put old gas in it to wash it out and get all the carbon and all the other crap off of it, but then I thought, you know, it's going to be exposed to that, so it probably wouldn't be a great idea. So I'm not going to do that. I'm going to put this back on here. But yeah, overall, it doesn't look like a bad engine at all. I mean, it wouldn't surprise me. Wouldn't surprise me if this motor was at one point either rebuilt or has little to no hours on it. Because that piston, the piston's not all scored up. The fuel tank looks rather clean. And I mean, it looks good. The rings don't look terrible. Why is that? There we go. Yeah, I'm impressed. I'm really impressed. The way a two-stroke works, for those of you wondering, it's not like a four-stroke. Four-strokes have an intake and an exhaust valve. The piston goes up to push out exhaust, and then the piston goes down. When it goes down, the intake valve opens and it draws in more fuel. And then when it does that, the piston, once it gets down to the bottom of the bore, it starts to come back. The valve closes and the piston starts to come back up, and when the piston comes up, it compresses the gas and air fuel mix, I guess you can call it. And as the piston comes up, there's a certain point where the spark plug will spark, and it'll send the piston back down, and the piston will come back up, and it will exhaust gases out from the previous fire. Like I said before, I put the exhaust stroke first, in the essence that I had already had the cycle go. So, but yeah. And then there's piston rings. There's two rings, two compression rings, and then there is an oil ring. Sometimes there's two with a spacer in between. Sometimes it's one solid ring. There's different types of oil rings you can get. The way a two-stroke works is it takes two strokes. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. The way it works is the piston, as you guys saw, you could see the piston through the exhaust. There are no valves in a two-stroke except for the reed valves. The way it works, the piston goes down, and when it goes down, it's pushing fuel up. When it goes down, it closes the reed valves, and it pushes fuel out of the crankcase and up into the cylinder up here. And then the piston starts going back up, and as it goes up, it's drawing in more fuel into the crankcase as well as opening the reed valves. Once it gets to the top, the spark plug fires and it goes back down. And then it goes down, it's also letting out the exhaust out of it, and then while it's going down, it's also bringing more fuel into the combustion chamber. For those of you wondering how a two-stroke works compared to a four-stroke. So yeah. So I think what I want to do now is I want to sharpen this blade. Actually, I'm going to go on ahead and put my little system back together. Put that back on there. I think I have that going the correct way. I think there's supposed to be bolts in here. I'm not sure though. One thing I also saw is there's a specific way to time the blade with the piston to make it so the mower doesn't shake around. But judging by what I've seen and what other people have said, it doesn't really matter if you time it or not. They say when the piston is top dead center to have the blade about like that, this way, and then when the piston's that way. I guess it's supposed to balance itself out or something like that, but judging by what I've seen, it really doesn't matter which way you have it. So yeah, I'm just going to put it like that. Let me take this blade up and sharpen it, and after I do that, I will bring you guys back. Took that blade up front and I sharpened it. I also stuck it back on the mower. There's hundreds of different ways to sharpen a blade. For those of you wondering the way I do it, I take them up front to my bench grinder, and I just take the grinder and I grind at them until all the chips are out, the chunks are out of them, as well as they're nice and sharp. Then after I do that, I flip it over, and I just do one pass on this side to get the burr off of this side over here, because sometimes doing that you'll get a burr. And once you do that, they're pretty well sharp. So I've been doing that now ever since the first blades I sharpened, and I've never had a problem with them, and they've always cut nice. So for those of you wondering how I do it, that's how I do it. You're supposed to have a 30-degree angle, I guess, when you sharpen a blade. I don't know what angle I put them at when I sharpen a blade. I don't think I've ever put one at a 30-degree angle before. So, but yeah. One thing I also noticed about this blade compared to other blades, this blade is pretty well flat. Usually they have a little bit of a wing to them to help blow stuff out. These blades actually seem kind of flat. So I'm not sure how well they are at throwing stuff out from under the deck. They have a little wing underneath of them usually to blow the grass out of the chute, and it helps get everything out from under the deck, out all the clippings out. But these blades are kind of flat, so I don't really know how exactly how well they do at blowing wind, blowing the air out, blowing everything out. But I mean, they put those on there unless that's not the correct blade, so don't know. I found that kind of interesting. I'm going to take a quick second to oil a few things. I think this move's kind of stiff. I just wanted to take this and throw a little bit of oil on it. I don't know if it'll help any or not, but we'll find out. It was a little bit easier for sure. Cool. What's this one? I think that one moves okay. Let's flip it around. Check this side. Let's see what we got over here. I think it was mainly just that one that was kind of stiff. I do want to put some oil on these still. I didn't put any on that one over there. I probably will. Wow, just that little bit and it already moves nice. Moves a little bit nicer than it did actually. This wheel right here kind of looks a little wore out. I don't know if I think I moved this already. At least tried. That one's kind of stiff. That one might be okay actually. This thing is kind of cool. I like this mower. I've actually been looking for one of these for a couple years. I saw this one for $50 and just had to get it. So, yeah. Got them oiled. I think what I'm going to do is I'll bring you guys back once I get some information about a carb and as well. Why is this line so long? Actually, interesting. And there's the primer line. I wouldn't think. Where's the? Oh, it's right there. Huh, I guess it is long for a reason. I kind of figured that it was over here somewhere. I forgot the tank was. Oh, speaking of the tank, I never showed you guys the tank. It actually looks fairly clean. It doesn't look terrible, as you all can see. It doesn't look too bad, but I am going to rinse it out before I do anything. Yeah, see, it's not bad, but I mean, it's got remnants of oil in it and also some other things. It did set without a lid, so I'm really impressed with the way it looks, but I bet you if it was a metal tank, it would be full of crap. But right here's the, I think this is a fuel shut off, if I'm correct. Whether it is or not, I'm not sure. And then this is the, I think this is the throttle for the engine. I think. I don't know if it is or not. Speed, light, normal. That might be for the engine. And then there's supposedly, I think, a choke. This engine might not have a choke, but I'm not completely sure. Which way did this go? It went this way. Yeah. This is all the way over here. I wonder why it's all the way over there when the carb's over here. What goes in here to throttle? Interesting. There must be some kind of assembly I'm missing. So I guess I'll bring you guys back once I get a carburetor as well as an air filter assembly for this machine. Or I might just upload this now actually, and I don't know, maybe wait and see if any of my subscribers have anything for this. I don't know, I guess we'll have to see. I might continue this, I might not. I guess we'll see. Now that I think about it, I could upload it now and see if any, you know what I'll do? I'll do one of those YouTube pictures. That's what I'll do. And I'll ask and see if anybody's got one. I will be hopefully back sometime soon. Well, it's been about a month or so since the last time that you guys have seen this machine in my time. For you guys, it's probably been a couple seconds. Last time that you guys saw the machine, I think I was talking about a handle. I ended up finding one. For those of you who have been around the channel for a while, I want to say last year I picked up a 71 140 H3, and I also got a couple of push mowers with it. I was watching that video yesterday for whatever reason, and it stumbled across me that one of those push mowers had a handle set up with it right there. And that handle just so happened to look a lot like the one for a lawn boy. It was an MTD machine, but I saw that. Now I don't know if the lawn boy one was 2 pieces or 1 piece, but I saw that and I thought, you know, that would work perfect for my lawn boy. It looks just about right. So I went out there and grabbed it, and you know, sure enough, it fit perfectly. I had to squeeze it a little bit to get it to go onto the mounts, but it works. So what I think I want to do now is I want to shine that up a little bit. I want to get it looking better than it does. And I think if I can do that, maybe get it to shine a little bit, because that is chrome. I can see it in a few places right here. You come down here, you can see it's chrome. It sat outside for a while, so it's pretty well rusted. So I'm going to go over it a little bit and see if I can polish it up, make it look a little bit better. And I might film it, I might not. I guess we'll see. So let me do that quick. Well, let's see if we can shine this thing up. Well, I washed it. You guys ready to see the results? I might go over it again, but I think it turned out pretty good. Looks a hell of a lot better than it did when we first started. I was careful with it because I didn't want to get any water in that carb or that fuel tank. I don't think I will, but I didn't really want to risk it, and plus the fact this has no carb on it. It does have the reed valves, but I still don't want to get any water in that engine. I took this and I dried it off real good before I brought it back in, so that's dry. Hopefully one more. It's probably been on there so long too that... Can I get it in here? might end up separating these two taps while I'm in here. I kind of would like to go over it again because I don't really think it looks good, but I mean it doesn't look like I want it. So I might go over it again. There's a little look. Let's get this wrench back off. There we go. Yeah, I think I'm going to go over that handle one more time. Separate it here and here and clean it up a little bit better. And maybe after I do that, I'll bring you guys back. Got the handle polished up a little bit more and I washed it. I'd say it looks really nice. Let's go ahead and put this top piece back on it. And I think once we put this top piece back on it, I'm going to end the video. Since I don't have a carb for it at the moment. If I find a carb for it before I decide to upload the video, I'll include that in this. I can't find a carb. I've looked, you know what? I'm going to clean these bolts up. I'll be right back. I was going to, but I changed my mind. If anybody out there watching this has a Lawn Boy carb, or if you know the model number for the carb, let me know. I found a diagram on there of a few parts, but I can't find a number for the carb or an aftermarket one because I've looked around in a few places and I can't find anything on the carb. It's almost like they don't exist anymore. So if anybody knows where I can find a carb as well as an air filter for this, let me know. Because I am still looking. I've got a friend of mine who is into Lawn Boy as well. I don't know if he's into it as much anymore as he used to be. I sent him a message and he said that he knows somebody who, I think he has a whole field of these things. You'd have to ask him about a carb. I haven't gotten a response back, but yeah. So, if he's watching this. There we go. Let's get this guy over here. I like this little mower though. It's definitely really nice. It's really nice and actually really cool. I would say the patina of this handlebar matches the machine just about perfect. So I found out, by the way, remember how before I said that I could see the cross hatching in the cylinder bore? I found out the previous owner of this machine, he bought a new mower at the end of every summer. Why? I don't know. And I mean beginning. And he would use one for the beginning of the season and then he would put it away. At the end of the season, he had a whole bunch of them. He'd put them away. And after he put them away, they would just sit there no matter how many hours were on them. I'm not sure what happened to the carb, like I said. I think I have an idea as to what happened with it. But yeah, I didn't get a carb with it. And which, if that story is correct, why the hell was the carb taken off of it to begin with? Unless somebody bought it off of him at some point and pulled the carb off of it. Seemed kind of odd. He had a few tractors over there as well. So I wasn't there to see it. But yeah. So I think I'm gonna let's try again. So I think I'm gonna end. What the? So I think I'm going to end this video here. I want to thank you guys for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I know we didn't really do a whole lot with this machine. I don't know how long the video was either, to be honest with you. I don't have a carb. If it wasn't for that, I would already had it running by now, and I would have uploaded a video of it running and mowing. But unfortunately, like I said, I don't have a carb for it at the moment. The fuel tank is, if I remember right, fairly clean. I think it is. Everything on it's fairly clean. It's not a bad machine at all. So hopefully here sometime soon we'll be ready to, you know, put that carb on it, put some gas in it, and hear it run. But like I said, I don't have a carb for it at the moment, so until I get that, I can't really do nothing with it. So yeah, I want to thank you guys for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Hope you guys enjoyed the new project. I don't know if this is ever going to run or not. I guess we'll have to see. I've got a few machines. The Edger is one of them that I worked on about a year ago that I picked up from a yard sale, as well as I've got a little generator sitting over there. I was thinking about, I have that little loft right there above my workbench. I could start putting stuff up there, little pieces of equipment up there for display. And I thought, you know, how cool would it be to put this little lawn boy up there with all of them? I thought that'd be kind of cool if I can't find a carb for it or get it running. So yeah, I want to thank you guys for watching. Hope you all enjoyed the video. If this is your first time checking out the channel, please consider hitting that subscribe button. And also hitting that like button. It tells YouTube that I'm a good guy and I'm not a scam. And I like making these videos, and I know a few other people that make YouTube videos that really like making these videos. Just sometimes you lose motivation and you really can't think of anything to film. I've had that lately. So yeah. You start working on something, and in the middle of the project you start thinking, you know, maybe I should have filmed this. And then of course you're halfway through it and it's too late to start filming it. So yeah. Alright, well, thank you guys for watching. Hope you enjoyed the video. Like, comment, and subscribe. And I will see you guys in the next video. I think that's going to be it. Take care.